Hi.
Hey everybody. This is Shrinking with Larissa. Except I'm
Jamila.
not, and Jamila. That's Larissa. Because she didn't want to do her own intro.
And that's Jamila.
Yes.
And we're shrinking.
We're shrinking. And this is, and why are we calling it Shrinking with Larissa? Because
I need help.
wow. Okay, so you're shrinking with Larissa because
I need a shrink.
Well,
and I'm also physically shrinking because I had surgery.
Yes. So she recently had gastric sleeve, bariatric surgery, and I happen to be a psychologist who's a friend who somehow got roped into doing this. And that's why we're here. Mm-hmm. So this is episode number 1. And so Larissa, so I'm just going to have you look at me because you look over there and then you start laughing. So you'll look at me. I don't know how that's going to stop you from laughing. All right. All right, you ready? You ready for the questions?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for the questions? The deep, psychologically insightful questions. So the first question is, why do you want to put this on video?
Okay, so I want to put this on video not only to document my journey, but in hopes to help someone. A lot of people like track their progress, but they don't really talk about like the other things going on, like mentally and emotionally. They just really document the physical changes. So I wanted to do something a little different, maybe help someone along the way if they want to try to make the decision, or just know there's someone that's going through the same process, and not just showing all the highlights. But I want to be able to keep it real and let people know that it's a journey that's more than just physical.
And that's a really good answer, because like you said, a lot of people might do an extreme before picture, an extreme after picture, and maybe in a year's time or 2 years' time they've lost like 100 pounds or whatever it is, and they never talk about the ups and downs and lefts and rights that happen in between. And like you said, the mental adjustments that go with it, along with the physical adjustments, there's a lot more to it, because I know for me, outside looking in, I mean, I can guess what kinds of things a person goes through, but someone like me who's also overweight, it would almost look like a kind of a quick fix sorta kind of deal. Like, it is a pretty dramatic thing to lose, say, 100 pounds in 1 year's time, and like that essentially wipes away like a lifetime of struggle in 1 year. Like, some people would really be drawn to that. And
discount the actual work that does take place, because people aren't always showing all the work.
It's just I just wake up every day, and whatever, and the weight just falls off.
And you also have a psychology background, so you kind of already know different things people would go through, where like the day-to-day layperson might not, know all the psychological, emotional changes that are happening. You have a little bit of heads up because of your background too. So
So, and I know, like, we both are working in the psychiatric field, so we both have an awareness of some things. So with you having, I guess, some awareness of what all goes into this, like, why did you choose the route of the surgery? Because it's extreme just because it's surgery.
Right.
So why would you do it?
Well, for me, I've been a big girl all my life, so it's like my whole life. Don't remember when I was ever a normal size. I was born at 9 pounds, like 10 ounces. So I came into the world. But I've never been like the normal size child, and it's just been a constant battle my whole life. And for me, it came down to my health. I lost my dad in January due to some health complications, and I think that was that final step. I've been toying around with the surgery for like 12 years. Okay. I was almost going to get it 12 years ago, and then I ended up not getting it. And then since then, I've been to like 3 or 4 weight loss surgery seminars, and finally in the point in my life in a health insurance situation where I could go ahead and pursue that. But, diabetic, only 34. You know, I don't want to be on a bunch of medicines the rest of my life because yes, they help, but I think about the long-term effects of medication on like your liver and your kidneys, and you know, if I can do something to prolong my life and prevent me from being on medications forever, I was gonna go for it. And you know, I have been able to lose 100 pounds on my own through diet and exercise. Gain some of it back. Just kind of that up and down. Was able to maintain a good 70 off, but you know, I just needed that extra little help. I mean, it wasn't an easy decision at all because you're literally part of your body is being taken out of your body, which is not an easy decision to make. But it came down to my health really at the end of it.
Okay. And so the good news is that you did your research. Like I said, it wasn't a quick, you know, I'm just going to do this next month, you know, a couple of months. But you're like, you've been thinking about it for 12 years, at least a decade. So you put some thought in. You went to seminars. You got yourself educated. And so that's good. That makes sense. And I think somewhere in there you kind of answered my third question, which a lot of people have. And that's, you know, why couldn't you commit to a consistent diet and exercise? Now that is I think a common prejudice against people who have weight loss surgery, because people look at it as, oh, you just gave up. You gave up on yourself. You know, just get up from the table. You know, like stop eating. Just get up. Like you know, what's the problem? Get some discipline. Like you're. And I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying.
Oh no,
these attitudes. But you know that you're letting somebody else, or you're letting an outside situation like having a surgery dictate your ability to control your eating. So I guess that last question is, why couldn't you just simply commit to a decent diet and exercise and find what works for you, versus going extreme and having this whole surgery?
Well, and like I said, I did. I was really hardcore for like a year and a half, lost about 100 pounds. You know, I definitely started with changing the way I ate, and then I was able to incorporate exercise. I worked out 3 to 4 times a week. But obviously things change in life. Your schedule changes. You know, you go through a traumatic situation, you know, like a loss of a parent, and, you know, your motivation kind of goes up and down. And, you know, I just felt at this point I did need that extra help. I did need that tool that says, okay, that's enough. I mean, you know what I mean? And could I have probably done the same thing somehow? It might have been harder this season of my life just because of my schedule and, you know, everything that's going on. But, you know, at this point, after 34 years of being like this and the ups and downs and going back and forth, I just felt like it was the right decision for me. It's not the right decision for everybody. And there's a lot of people that have the surgery that still eat till they throw up. I mean, I don't like getting sick. That's why I tell everybody, my desire to not get sick is over. Is, you know, stronger of a desire than to eat something that I think might taste good. Like, I don't like throwing it at all. So for me, that's a big motivator. Okay, I feel I'm done, walk away, because I'm not gonna get sick. So it is a lot of it's a lot mental. Like, this whole thing is really a lot mental. It's physical, but it's really, you got to have the, you know, strength and knowledge and willpower to be like, okay, I don't want to throw up. Like, I mean, and it's sad that some people, it doesn't matter, they will still, you know, push themselves because they are so addicted to food. You know, food addiction is real though, for real.
And I mean, and actually bring up a good point, because like I said, a lot of things contribute to a person struggling. Like, you know, we always, first of all, you know, we're not saying that exercise is not a good thing. Obviously, having an appropriate diet, having, you know, exercise, moving around, all of that is definitely important towards a person's health. But there are a lot of factors that can impede a person, even if they're doing really well. Stress is a real thing. People always underestimate that, because stress affects your sleep, it affects your digestion, it affects your mood, it affects your motivation, you know, all kinds of things. And like I said, over the years, your body changes, your situations change, you experience loss, you know, you have children, you know, all kinds of things come up in life that change the opportunity. And this is a form of just kind of assisting you because you still have work to do. And that's the other misconception with weight loss surgery is that, yeah, the surgery might physically alter your digestion pattern, but there's still work to be done. There's mental changes that have to happen along with the diet changes, and the choice to exercise comes into play as well. And all of that's going to get discussed along the way as Larissa shrinks.
With my shrink.
Now, not to put myself on the spot, I have agreed, and maybe we'll talk about this in maybe a fourth video, to kind of participate in the journey without doing the weight loss surgery, just to see how that works out. And we'll talk about that in another video about when I tried to follow her pre-surgery regimen and how that actually worked out. So
we did good. We had fun.
Yeah.
We had some fun meal prepping.
Yeah,
she had fun. One thing about her, she'll never admit how much she loves me.
Yeah, no. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will see you at the next episode.
Bye. I'm just not going to respond no more to that one.
Alright.
You know,
I knew I should have worn like a regular shirt, but whatever. What am I thing doing? Grab! Okay.
How do I mic check this? Because my shirt's so big now.
Well, it's fine as long as it's on you. And why would you wear a shirt where you're messing? Look, this has got to be GPG at best. Alright, so how are we starting? What we doing? The camera's over there.
I'm laughing because I can't believe it's being recorded while I was playing with my books.
I promise not to show too many people.
Am I not supposed to drink during this?
You can, since you need to be getting these ounces in regardless, and you know, whatever.
So I usually crack up in front of the camera. So I'm trying my best to hold it together.
So why? No, that's fine because this is your video. This is your YouTube channel. How do we start, by the way? Do we start off like this, all like,
hey,
hello,
I don't know.
Welcome to Larissa's life.
No, this is called Shrinking with.
Right, what was it?
Shrinking with Larissa and Jamila.
Shrinking with
J Mills.
Shrinking with, what's your name? Shrinking with Larissa and
J Mills.
They're not going to believe I'm gangster. They're just not.
That's why it's so funny.
Yeah, the hoops aren't big enough. All right. Shrinking with Larissa and her ears. All right, who's going to say it, though? I think you should say, hi, I'm Larissa, and I'm shrinking. Here's my story.
Yes, that's good.
I'm not Larissa, though, so, and I'm not shrinking.
You're going to be shrinking with me. Hey.
All right, you ready? You ready to get started?
Okay.
All right, I'm ready. It's your video. You got to intro us.
It's our video.
It's on your YouTube.
You're my shrink. I'm shrinking.
Okay, you ready? All right. So we're gonna get started. All right.